So I'm going to take a blending brush, just get into the skin and blend the foundation all over your face. So right now I'm going to begin with my brows. Start by just using this little twirly brush. So brush your brows up, brush them up, brush them out. I prefer to use a powder, so I'm using the Yardley loose powder right now. I just go in with a little bit of the Yardley loose powder, just to make sure that we're nice and matte for when we begin to draw and fill in our brows. And then we're gonna fill it in now with our brown eyeliner. Also a little secret, because I know, you know, on Instagram people's brows are evolving, people are preferring certain shapes and eyebrow looks. So I can say, do this, right? Take your foundation, take a nice little flat brush over there, like that little, just dip into your foundation, right? Do a little line, a line, and a line. So we are just brushing up and out a full coverage concealer, because concealer or foundation that you can use, but as long as it's full coverage, because you know what, brows stick out like a sore thumb. So the minute you use a concealer that is weak or less pigmented, it shows very easily. These babies need like 2 layers, honey. So when it comes to a brand like Kryolan, full coverage, it's one layer and we're good to go. Your foundation color. So you just dip in slightly, then we're gonna do the top of the brows. So I'm coming a little closer so you guys can really see. You know, I don't want you to see a look that looks like it's just appeared on my face. I want you to see in detail how I'm really achieving these specific techniques that I'm doing. Blending out the concealer. It's not too sharp, but we still want it a bit visible for the 3D effect. Okay, so I'm gonna take the concealer again, about 4 shades lighter, apply that on my eyelids, spread it out using that little brush, because this is a very small area, but it needs to seem large to you in terms of playing around with it. Okay, don't be shy to add colors, multiple colors, try different looks, different feels, and remember that every look makes your eyes look a different shape, a different size. So pay attention to little things like that. But subscribe, honey, subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know, okay, about makeup and all. So right now I'm gonna be using my Beauty Treats large colors, honey. A lot of the colors. Okay, so we're gonna try to play around with a bit of this today. I want to begin by doing the first step, which is my entry level color. So I like to use a nice fluffy brush like that. It's just nice to work with. Right now I'm beginning with a deeper maroon, so just blend in the color nicely. I like to do little circles because it just helps you blend quicker and while keeping the pigment the same, and it adds that deep look, so that whatever you're going to put here, a lighter color, it's going to come out more, you know. Okay, while we're still on that, let's add a different color. So let's take a bit of a smaller fluffy brush. Let's dip into a little shimmery orange. I did hear a little tip that, like, okay, honey, that when you're working with shimmery colors, you should probably spray your brush first with a bit of this setting spray. So I did not do that, but I'll do it for the other eye and see. So let's try to spray it a little bit. This is like advanced, guys. We're doing cut crease here. Okay, I want you guys to be the best, so I'm showing you all the stops, honey. Okay, I see what the wetness does. It does add a bit more pigment. The shimmer stays on actually a bit nicer than it did on the other side. You see, it's very bright. Right, longer brush. So just dip it into your brown and just go in with it on the corner, okay? When it comes to the deeper smoky eyes, you know what, start light and get darker as you go along, because if you apply a black or you just go in with a lot of product, you're gonna find it hard to blend out the darkness and it's gonna overwhelm your look. So make sure you don't overwhelm your look. Keep it nice and light, don't press too hard. Just keep applying more product as you need it. So we're gonna go in again with our concealer, full coverage. Honestly, when it comes to the eyes, I've noticed that working with the less pigmented and less coverage products, I feel like they just really ruin your eye looks. So if you're gonna work with like products like Fit Me or whatever, it's better on your face because then you can blend it out. It's a larger area and you're still gonna do a lot of shimmery stuff, but don't do that on your eyes. Like, your eyes need to be perfect, let me tell you, honey. They have to stay perfect. So I'm gonna cut the crease by just slightly pulling my eye and creating a little shape with the concealer, okay? Creating a C shape following the top of my eyelid. So everywhere where I want this new color to be, that's basically where I'm gonna apply my concealer. This, you know what the concealer does? It basically acts as a little glue to make sure that you are getting your color as pigmented as possible. It doesn't just blend away. It doesn't just give you a less pigmented version of the color that you see. The color that you see here is what should be seen on your eyelids, you know? Okay, now I'm gonna use a little brush like that. So maybe you go in with a gold as light as that first for this part, right? For that part. And then when I go into the middle, I'm gonna go with like a deeper gold, your deeper gold, you understand? So let's start with the lighter gold. Follow that line that you made with your concealer. Deeper gold, just for the middle. And then on the ends, we're gonna try to do a bit of orange sunset feel, okay? So I'm doing a deeper gold over here in the middle part, because cut crease is really pretty when you add a dark color on top and a very light color in the middle. It just shows better, okay? So let's try that so that we can see how far we go with this orange. See, I'm not gonna do too much because I don't want to overwhelm the look, but it should show, you know, it should show that there's a bit of orange in it and pink in it, maroon in it, gold in it, deep brown, you know, show all the colors. Like, let's actually look like a sunset, baby. Let's get it. Blend away also though, because right now I feel like it's very patchy in terms of like real life. Obviously maybe the color looks nice on the screen, but I want it to look flawless even in person. There we go, that looks better. Okay, let's get into it now with our eyeliner. So slightly pull your eye, then you start from the corner, make a little sharp edge in the corner, and then you pull it all the way to the beginning, okay? So what you do on top must reflect at the bottom. A little pink under the eye. Right, so just slightly pull your eye and drag the color all the way across under your eye. We're gonna just use this Kylie liner, black liner for underneath the eye. How pretty that looks. Just like that, the eyes are just, they're done, they're ready to go. They want to go out, see some friends, play with some people, honey. Okay, now I'm gonna just use my M.A.C Zoom Lash Mascara. Okay, so honestly, MAC is really my fave when it comes to mascaras. Really, they're just so amazing. They're very, very light, easy to work with. They don't clump. Just pull on the side, okay? Just apply the foundation on the side, following. If you made a wing, you follow the wing. If it's just the color, you make sure that the colors are just cut. Like you're literally cutting, not the crease, you're cutting the edge. Let's cut the edge. Let's say that we're cutting the edge. You have the power. I've got the power. Oh, honey. Okay, so right now I'm using this lash glue, lash adhesive. Okay, the one that looks like this. I like them to dry clear, so this is the one that dries clear. So you can actually see, even when you're doing your makeup look, you can see it dry clear before. Because I mean, when you put it on, you need to put the glue, like for example, I'm gonna use tweezers to hold, so I can maybe just show you. Okay, let's get closer. So there's a bit of glue on the side, right? So now I'm putting this glue all over the lash line, right? Holding the lash firmly using this tweezer, right? And then if you can see, it like kind of has like a color, man, like a bluish color that needs to first dry clear before we can stick it on to our lashes, right? So I think just it's advisable to just like leave it for a second, so you can just put it down, glue up the next lash, right? So hold it with the tweezer firmly, apply some glue, right? You can just kind of squeeze up on top and apply the glue on the lash line, the strip line. It probably has a little bluish color, whitish color blue. And then when that dries clear, when it's nice and still tacky before it gets dry, we're gonna stick it on using these tweezers. So looking down, right, you sticking this lash on your lash line and then press in a little bit so it sticks, and try to squeeze carefully, guys, carefully when you're using the tweezers. See, the brown lip liner is there, present, honey, you know. Then I'm gonna take like orange, bro. I did a bit of a sunset look, so I'm gonna take an orange lip from MAC, actually, from MAC. There we go. Oh, she has arrived. She's young. She is here. Can you see how a lip can also just pull together a whole entire look? I haven't even done, guys, the contouring, concealing, whatnot. I just wanted you guys to see the process. Thank you very much for joining me. Before I go, honey, my favorite step. This is Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray. It's very important, guys, okay? It just helps everything stick together. Some foundation just stays in place, your makeup stays in place, you just look good. Don't I look good? Okay, so guys, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, like, come back, guys. Like, oh, I love you guys. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.